Good evening all of you and welcome once again to our online classes, and today I am up with a very crucial prose, very important prose of your literature section, and the name of the prose is Lost Spring. And as you already know that I give my explanation in three parts. I describe a chapter in three parts. First one is going to be the title, second one is going to be the theme, and third is going to be the detailed explanation or the story that has been narrated by the author. So the first thing which we are going to discuss is the title of the chapter, the title of the prose. Now what is the title of the prose? The title of the prose states Lost Spring. Now what is this spring season meant for? Now the first question that arises in front of us is that what is a spring season and for what this spring season is meant? And what is the purpose of spring season? As you all know that before spring season there is a season that is called autumn season, where trees shed their leaves. Now try to understand the title clearly and focus. Whatever I am narrating or stating right now in front of you, you need to focus on everything and keep your minds open for that. So what you need to do, you need to understand is that what is the meaning of a spring season, what is the importance or the role played by a spring season. So first question that comes in front of you before understanding the title, what is the first question that comes before you is the importance of a spring season. Now importance, what is the importance of a spring season? The importance of a spring season is where trees get new leaves. And when this spring season arrives, the spring season just arrives after the autumn season. After the autumn season, when the autumn season is over, when trees shed their leaves, during autumn season, you know it very well, that during autumn season, trees shed their leaves and the greenery, there is no sign of greenery, and the greenery evacuated, completely evacuated, and so no life form exists. But what happens when the season changes from autumn to spring? Novelty, greenery, and replenishment of life forms. All the life forms replenish themselves. They rejuvenate themselves. They develop themselves after that long pause. And what is that long pause? That long pause is autumn season. So a spring season holds utmost importance. And what is the importance? The importance is that all the life forms, they replenish, they rejuvenate themselves, they develop themselves so that life exists on this earth, and the life goes on, life of the living beings goes on this earth. So this is the importance of spring season. But now what is the relevance of this spring season for this title, Lost Spring? What is the importance, what is the relevance of a spring season for this title? Why author Anise Jung has used Lost Spring or a spring in her prose, in her title? Why Anise Jung has used it? Because she is making a comparison. And what sort of comparison she is making? She is making comparison between spring and childhood. Because a spring season is somewhat similar to that of a childhood. Childhood is a phase that comes in the life of every individual, and every individual has to pass from that phase. And what importance that phase, what role that phase plays in the life of an individual. The role that childhood plays is somewhat similar to that of a spring season. If the spring season gives novelty, gives replenishment to life, then this childhood also fulfill the same purpose. And what is that purpose? The purpose is replenishment of mind, replenishment of living form. Same as childhood, in spring season, replenishment of greenery, replenishment of all the living forms. It helps to rejuvenate the living forms, it helps to replenish the living forms. And so as the childhood, what importance or what is the relevance of childhood? in a phase of individual's life. What is the relevance of childhood in the phase of an individual or a living being? The childhood provides novelty. We all learn new things during the phase of that childhood. We learn new things. We learn good values. Doesn't matter from parents, from teachers. We learn good values. Our brain comes to shape, and it starts thinking positively. That is the importance of childhood. It provides you, remember these two words, it provides you novelty. It helps you to replenish yourself, to develop yourself. So this is the importance of childhood, and this is the similarity between spring season and childhood. So during spring season, the plants get green leaves, greenery flourishes everywhere, and life rejuvenates and replenishes. Same is the case with the childhood. A child learns new thing in this phase of childhood, good values, make all sort of development. And what sort of development? Mental development, social development, physical development, and after a long time, financial development. So, but we don't include that portion in the financial development. We don't include in childhood because the topic will go or deviate to some other thing. So, three sort of developments in three directional development is done during this phase of childhood. And what is that three-dimensional development? And that three-dimensional development is to develop yourself physically, to develop yourself mentally, to develop yourself socially. So all these positive points and all these positive things are associated with a spring season. Now imagine if that spring season isn't there, if the spring season is not playing its relevant role, or it is not fulfilling the purpose because of which or due to which it is there, then what will happen? The spring season is lost. It means that if the spring season is lost, it means that the childhood is lost. Because a spring season has been compared to that of a childhood, that phase childhood, and the importance of a spring season is the same as the importance of this phase of childhood in an individual's life. Whatever we are as grown up, full grown individual, whatever we behave like, whatever we present ourselves, however we present ourselves in the society, in the social circle, and our manners, all these things are dependent on this phase childhood. Whatever experiences we have gained in our childhood during that phase, that experience is going to affect your life forever, till the end of your life. Your experiences which you have gained during this phase childhood, whatever a person is like, whatever a person's mentality is like, whatever a person's nature or behavior or manner is like, that whole thing depends on the phase of childhood. So it is a very important phase. Childhood is a very important phase because during this phase a child learns new thing. Novelty comes. Novelty in life, novelty in thoughts come. And so this is the title, Lost Spring. But what we are going to discuss here, we are going to discuss about the stories of stolen childhood. Stories where childhood has been lost completely, where the spring season is missing from their life. Anis Jung, author, is saying in the title that the spring season is lost from the phase of these children. There is no spring season for them. There is no opportunity for them so that they can grow themselves. They can grow themselves three-dimensionally. What are those three dimensions? I have told you earlier. First one is to grow, to develop yourselves physically, second mentally, and the third is socially. So this is the title. The title where the author Anais Jung has been discussing the fate of those children from where this childhood has been lost and whose childhood has been lost. So that is why the name of the title is Lost Spring. So the writer, author Anais Jung has discussed two stories here. One story is of Sahib-e-Alam and the other story is of Mukesh. So the author Anais Jung has discussed or raised this important issue. And what is that important issue? The important issue is importance of this phase of childhood in an individual's life. Because the whole life of a child, whole life of an individual depends on this single phase, that is childhood. Whatever you have learned during this phase, that thing is going to be with you entire life. Throughout your life, you are going to resort on those things which you have learned in this phase of childhood. So I think I have covered most of the portion of the theme as well. By discussing the title, I have also covered some of the portion of the theme as well. And the theme we have also we need to discuss the theme, and the theme stays a very simple thing. And the simple thing is that here is just a comparison. Here, the spring season has been used as a metaphor for childhood. What you need to understand is, as I have told you, that childhood is a phase, as an important phase of an individual's life, and everyone must take care of this phase. All the grown-up individuals who are now grown up, who are adults, who are fully grown and mature, it is their responsibility that this childhood of anyone never get lost. The phase never gets lost, because it is important for the life of an individual. So it is used as a metaphor. And what does the theme state? The theme states that not every individual, not every child gets enormous opportunities to grow themselves three-dimensionally, as I have told you, mentally, physically and socially. So not all the children, they do not get all sort of opportunities. They are not so much privileged that they can develop their lives in those three dimensions: physical, social and mental. So there are not all the children who are getting this golden opportunity to develop themselves, to grow themselves in their life, to make progress in their life, to grow themselves three-dimensionally, socially, physically and mentally. So not all the individuals, not all the children who are living in this world, they are so much capable of getting all these positive traits of childhood. These are positive traits of childhood where you learn new things. You go to school, you develop your mind, you develop your physique, you develop yourself socially. So not everyone is that much fortunate to get to enjoy this important and crucial phase of life, that is childhood. So we need to understand this, that all children, they are not that much self-sufficient or privileged that they are getting all the things which are associated with childhood, like going to school, developing themselves both mentally, physically and socially. So this is the theme, and as you can see that theme and the title is somewhat similar. What you need to understand, what you need to remember is, you need to remember Lost Spring. It means that narrator in this chapter has discussed the fate of those children who are underprivileged and whose childhood has been lost. Their childhood has been lost. As I have told you that there are two stories of two stories of two boys. First one is Sahib-e-Alam and the other one is Mukesh. Both the stories are completely different from each other. The first story of Sahib-e-Alam is showing, or it will give you some sort of negative thing, some sort of negativity. It will give you the drawbacks. It will provide you the drawbacks, that what happens when this childhood is not replenished or rejuvenated or developed completely. What happens when a person is unable to take advantage of this phase of this childhood? Because I have told you that not everyone get this golden opportunity or golden chance to develop themselves during this phase of life, that is childhood. And the second one gives us some hope, some ray of hope and positivity. And what is the second story? Second story is about a boy whose name is Mukesh. The first boy, Sahib-e-Alam. The story will show, when I will narrate the story, it will show you that how this social evil, what is that social evil? The social evil is child labor. That this social evil, child labor, is crubbing the emotions, crubbing the future, crubbing the imagination and everything that is associated with childhood. This social evil of child labor is crubbing everything, and because of that, childhood has been lost. Childhood of Sahib-e-Alam has been lost. But in the second story, story of a Mukesh, it will gives you some positivity. It will give you some ray of hope, and it runs on some positivity, where a child dreams to do something for betterment, something that can change his life forever, that can remove the curse of child labor from him, So one story is some sort of negative, and the other story is on a positive, ends on a positive note. So the stories, where we are going to discuss the stories in the next session. Up to now, I think I have clearly made you to understand what is the title and the theme. Now it is your task. What you need to do is just like a homework. It is like a homework for you, and your homework is that you must read the chapter thoroughly, whatever, and doesn't matter how much you understand and whatever you understand out of that chapter, but you must make this a habit that before I explain any chapter, you must read that chapter beforehand. Okay, so with this I sign off and wait for the next session to come. I will give you the explanation, the detailed explanation of the chapter, of the story Lost Spring, where there are two stories: a story of a boy, a rag picker, Sahib-e-Alam, and a boy, Mukesh, who works in a bangle making industry. So till then, I sign off. Take care, be safe, goodbye.